Good morning, students. Today, I, Padmaja Behera, has come with another video lecture on the book Hornbill of Class 11, and the chapter is Childhood. It is a poem written by Marcus Nutten. Marcus Nutten is from Norway, and in this particular poem, the poet expresses his concern over the disappearance of childhood. He is disturbed as he knows that childhood cannot be regained. And why? Why is repenting so much? Because when he's come of age, he is able to realize that childhood keeps our life aloof from the world of hypocrisy, reality, and materialism. We all in our life have become quite materialistic, and yeah, while a child was an infant, he was completely innocent. He never knew the reality of the adults, the way the adults present the concept of heaven and hell. Whereas when a person becomes a rational human being, and he realizes that hell and heaven do not exist in the geography books, as is mentioned in the first stanza of the poem. In the poem Childhood, the poet provides and ponders deeply over the question of his lost childhood. He recalls the time and the phases and stages when his perception about the world and people changed. He tries to identify that one particular stage or time when he has lost his childhood and has stepped into adulthood. He wonders if his childhood ended the day when he ceased to be 11 years old. The poet feels that the loss of childhood has definitely, taught him many things, that adults are hypocrites and one should have one's independent thinking. You cannot always follow in others' footsteps. Rather, make your own footsteps and move on in life. He has nostalgic feelings about the loss of childhood, and he finally settles down with an idea that his childhood has gone to some forgotten place that has, that has a place in an infant's innocent face. In the poem, the poet also feels that childhood is a period of heavenly innocence. A child feels that really in hell and heaven exists. He knows no hypocrisy and he means what he says because he is pure at heart. He has no ego and he does not think himself to be different or superior to others, as we find in our adults. Adults are really hypocrites. Adults only preach and they don't follow it themselves. While the poet is discussing all this, we can feel a kind of optimism in his thought. At least the innocence and purity of mind prevails in some form or the other on this earth, in the stage of innocence, in the stage of infancy. The innocence of a childhood remains only as long as one is an infant. So the poet is not happy over the loss of childhood, but one has to move on. One has to pass through the seven stages of life, as we have read in a poem by the famous poet William Wordsworth. And the poet is happy also in a sense that at least the infancy period was a better period because he believed what the elders were saying. Now that he has become an adult, or he has got the power of rational thinking, he is able to realize that hell and heaven don't exist, and adults only preach, and one should have one's own independent thinking, because you are an individual, you are a separate entity altogether. Thank you so much. That's all from me for today. I hope you are liking all the lectures given by me. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.